in Melbourne, second in the Moonee Valley Cup and second in the Sandown Cup. And first up from a break, he ran second in the Gosford Cup to Moriarty. He's down a kilo on that run. He's into 460 now, so good support for him. And also, as Richard has pointed out, the stablemate Travolta coming in for support as well. Now they're coming up into the barrier stalls. So we've got Einstein moving up. Eulalona has come up into the gates. In fact, there's quite a few already in the stalls. Still about half a dozen to move up. This track's hard to read here today. I'm not sure why on a good three with the weather we've had they're winning out in the middle of the track, but it's certainly been the case here today. Jockeys have been scouting wide. Now Macedonian comes in. Now the last couple to take their spots. And we've got Winning Glory about to move in, Steal a Pipe, and drawn out wide is Ruben Percival. So Tullamore's got the Australia colours on here. Connections having 3 horses in the race, but Tullamore in the Australian flag. They're all set. And there they go now, off and racing. And Power Broker seemed to come out a little bit slowly. And Lucripidus dropping well back shortly after the start. Travolta out wide, took up the running and leads with Shadows in the Sun. Eulalona down to the inside and then Tullamore. Ruben Percival from the outside. Ali is trying to pick up ground and find a spot, and then Fumicino and Einstein over on the inside. Angela's pretty wide up the straight. Power Broker's now threading his way through the field after missing it to be midfield. Then Winning Glory, followed by Macedonian, and then Lucripidus just got on heels there and through the head about, followed by Steal a Pipe and Call Me Bluey, the Queenslander last of all. Shadows in the Sun surprisingly leads here. It took up the running now from Travolta, and then in behind them Ruben Percival looks to have got in from a wide alley on the outside of Eulalona. Then Tullamore running fifth, a length to Einstein. Fumicino further back behind them. Power Broker, Macedonians over on the inside, and Angelus out 3 wide. Then Lucripidus followed by Steal a Pipe, a length to Winning Glory, and Call Me Bluey last of all. They got 1400 to go, and Shadows in the Sun takes up the running clearly over Travolta, led it a length and a quarter. Eulalona in the box seat third, and then came Ruben Percival, followed a length and a half to Tullamore, the top weight running fifth, a half to Einstein on the inside from Fumicino. Angelus is still out wide, then Macedonian followed by Power Broker, a length and a half. Lucripidus is fourth last, and Steal a Pipe next, and then a couple of lengths to Call Me Bluey, and Winning Glory last of all. Well, Shadows in the Sun is turning it on up front here and going to the side. It raced away and led by 2.5 to 3 on Travolta, who tracks up behind it. Eulalona next, followed by Ruben Percival, and then Einstein moving through on the inside of Tullamore. Angelus on the outside next from Fumicino, then Macedonian and Power Broker. Lucripidus was next from Steal a Pipe. Winning Glory and Call Me Bluey given a cut with a whip last of all. Shadows in the Sun led with 500 to go. Travolta 3/4 away. He's being hard ridden in second spot, and then Ruben Percival, Eulalona on the inside, then Fumicino followed by Einstein, but Shadows in the Sun leads up for Holmes, got them all off the bit, led by 2.5 Travolta, and then Eulalona on the inside. Ruben Percival whacking away, but Shadows in the Sun looks to have gone further ahead. Travolta's trying to chase him, then Ruben Percival. Shadows in the Sun hanging onto the lead in the Australian A Cup, and Shadows in the Sun wins it from Travolta. Third home was Ruben Percival or Macedonian. Photo on the line, then Fumicino. Back behind them next Lucripidus from Einstein, then Steal a Pipe, Call Me Bluey, Power Broker, Eulalona, followed by Winning Glory. Angelus never got on the track, and Tullamore, he's racing poorly at the moment. He finished tailed right off.
Former South Australian Derby winner back in the stakes winners list here. Shadows in the Sun for Anthony Cummings and Peter Roble. He looked a treat in the yard before the race. He's beaten home one of the 4 Gay Waterhouse runners. The up-and-comer in Travolta, number 11, has finished second, and number 2, the stablemate Ruben Percival, the favourites, has finished in third placing. So 7, 11 and 2 after the Villies Pies Australia Day Cup. Rich?
He was kept safe in the betting, $7.50 out to $8.50, and well, it was Peter Roble and Anthony Cummings doing what we usually see Gay Waterhouse doing, and that was take no prisoners. He went to the front, he got the others off the bit chasing. Those behind got tired and they turned it up, and this bloke just kept on coming. The horses that were 1, 2, 3 in the run, well, they've finished 1, 2, 3 on the line. Shadows in the Sun beats Travolta. I think Ruben will run third, and Macedonian, I think, gets home to run fourth right on the line. But Shadows in the Sun. Nash, I just said, it was Peter Roble doing what you and Tommy usually do on Gays.
Yeah, look, he was positive and found his position there and was just able to sort of run at the suit himself. It looked to me for the first sort of 500, and then, you know, he just turned into a staying test from that point on and rode his mount like the best horse, and, you know, it was a great win.
Those that had that little bit of zip, he took that out of their legs by making it a real aggressive and a strong mile and a half.
Well, you know, I don't think they changed their positions from the half mile, where they were all sort of situated at the half miles where they finished up. So, you know, full credit to the winner. It was a great effort.
I won't even ask you. But Caroline, I doubt Nash would have been back last on winning glory.
Yeah, very true, exactly right. But Anthony Cummings, a big weekend, of course, with a nice horse winning last night at Canterbury. And Bernie is here this afternoon to celebrate here with the Cummings clan. And, well, he looked super before the race, and he's raced right up to it. Of course, he is, as I said, a former SA Derby winner, and he's back winning listed races now.
Yeah, and Caroline, you've got to give Peter Roble credit for his ride here. This is a fantastic ride. Even though he went to the front, he was very comfortable in doing so. In the first half of the race, he went very comfortably. But I think he won the race at just passing 1,000, that back turn there. He actually started to slide a little bit there, but was doing it comfortably, and that was where he won it. He got them chasing from the 500, and they couldn't do it. So good ride by Peter Roble.
Exactly, Anthony Cummings. He's beaming again here Friday night into Saturday afternoon with Richie.
He was. He's beaming, hugs and cuddles, and I just said, you and Peter Roble have obviously come up with a plan to do what Gay usually does to everyone else.
Yeah, well, I suppose it was virtually handed to him. You know, we didn't go out with a firm plan to lead, but it was just to be a little bit positive and just see what the others did, because, you know, he's done that before and raced on speed, but, you know, we had expected to be in sort of second, third, maybe even fourth set of pairs, depending on what speed the others wanted to put in. They didn't turn up. They were happy to take his sit off him. He finished up in front, and the rest is history.
And Peter, he just kept increasing it. Just every time they lose that little turn, he just seemed to find another half length, and then they got off the bit chasing.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's a pretty smart horse. We saw first up this turn of foot that he does have, and I started to giggle about the 1,000. You know, and he's had a couple of furlongs on 13 and, you know, 12 and a bit or whatever, and I'm just thinking, well, that's the end of that. You know, they won't catch him.
I thought they just put a stake down in front of you. That was the noise we heard. But a feature race too, and a few of your owners that have been with you for a long time.
Yeah, well, sort of Corey and Stewart, the rest of it, you know, they've had a good run of luck with us. They've had a couple of good one wins and some nice stakes races, and they've got this guy plainly going very well. DVD's been a nice 2-year-old for them this year, and, you know, they put their money up, they love their racing, and they're having a great time.
Where does this bloke go now?
Chance he goes to Melbourne for his next start. There's a cup race there worth a bit of money in a few weeks' time, so he might wander down for that.
Well done.
Thank you.
Anthony Cummings and Peter Roble and Shadows in the Sun. Over here, Pete, the Villies Pies Australia Day Cup, and you just seem to keep every furlong just up in the ante, just an inch, and that was the winning move.
Yeah, look, we always knew that he was going to be very strong over the 2,400, so Anthony said be positive on him, have him in the first couple. Plan wasn't to lead, but when I found myself there, I thought, well, I'll make sure it's a genuine 2,400, because I knew our fella would run it. And I just kept increasing the further we went, and he was strong through the line.
Yeah, I know you haven't got a rear vision mirror, but what we were watching, we could have told you, they were struggling a long way behind you.
Yeah, well, what gave me a bit of confidence at the 600, I knew Travolta, which was outside me, was starting to come off the bridle. And normally Gay's run into the race longer than most others, so I thought if he's coming off the bridle, probably everything behind him would be also. So the further I went into the race from that point, the confident I got.
If you break 35 here over the last 3 on a mile and a half, you don't get run down.
Exactly. Well, you shouldn't get run down, should you?
Well done.
Thank you.
Peter Roble and Anthony Cummings.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the presentation after the running of the Villiers Pies Australia Day Cup for 2013. Running pretty blustery conditions here at Warwick Farm this afternoon. Congratulations to everyone involved with the success of Shadows in the Sun here, a former South Australian Derby winner, back winning a stakes race this afternoon. To make the presentation to the winning connections, would you please make welcome the ATC Chairman, Mr. John Cornish.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, every one of you, for being here. There's a very large crowd here this afternoon, something approaching 4,000 we hear, and terrific. Warwick Farm, Australia Day, and here you are out having a great time. And how good it is to see all the families here, the kids, and getting involved in all the things that are going on around this racetrack, this fantastic family racetrack. And you've just seen the running of the Villiers Pies Australia Day Cup. And how appropriate is that in itself? Pies and Australia Day pretty well go hand in this country, and they're great sponsors, and it's great to have them here sponsoring what is a black type race. Those that aren't on course have missed one of the highlights of the day, a pie eating competition, which was judged by some pretty fair pie eaters in their own right. The Australia Day Cup has just been run and won, and Shadow in the Sun, trained by Anthony Cummings, won in very, very fine form. In fact, it led the whole way, or just about the whole way, and over 2,400 metres, that's some great feat to be able to do that. The owners, of course, are a group of people, including Graham Mapp, who have for many, many years supported racing at the highest level in this country, and we congratulate them for winning this race. So, and I must make mention, of course, of Peter Roble, who rode it a treat. So thanks to everybody involved. We'd be very happy for you to accept this trophy now.
Thank you, Chairman, and congratulations on putting on such a wonderful day of racing, which just got a lot better. A very good race indeed by Shadows in the Sun, I believe, almost a replica of his South Australian Derby win a short while ago over the same distance. And it is a bit of a South Australian affair, with Villiers Pies the sponsor, being a South Australian Adelaide-based company, and my wife continually insists on nothing other than Villiers Pies because she's also from Adelaide and knows Mr. Villy well. I'd like to congratulate a number of people, particularly Bernadette, Anthony's wife, for the racing tactics. Obviously, she set all this in place and it's worked out very well. But honestly, I think it's a wonderful team of owners. They'll all be very happy. I'm very happy as the breeder of the horse. Anthony's done a wonderful job with him. He's had a lot of problems, but he seems to have got those behind him now. And also it's good to see Edward back in the stable, so congratulations Edward as well, and of course Peter Roble for a wonderful ride. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Graham, and congratulations, and also to Anthony and Bernie Cummings, and always great to have an SA connection to stakes racing here in Sydney. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.